Fiasco, Royce 59, Lupe Fiasco, RJ Payne, Mickey Fax, Ransom. Oh shit, I must have bought Street Hop twice and lost one of the cases or something. I'll open this shit up. I got two of them. I got two Street Hops. I think this really might be my favorite Royce album. It might be. I'll keep letting y'all come in before we get to the topic. What's good, y'all? I'm not seeing a whole chat yet. Shout out to Chicago. The cool. Y'all seen me put these up before. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a double CD. You know what's crazy too? Let's see if we can go over here. Bear with me. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. What I got here? I got Royce 59 Epic. Bar Exam 3. Ain't there Bar Exam 4 out? Hip hop is certain. I ain't pulling out all these shits. Lupe and Royce. Big topic right now across almost all battle rap. Because people are asking for them to battle. I probably got at least combined. I ain't trying to, inflate no numbers or nothing like that, but at least between DMs, tweets, and comments that I've seen so far, at least 100 of that combined. The people asking RBE or ARP, yo, set it up. Royce the 59 versus Lupe Fiasco. To begin with, this live was inspired a little bit this morning. I didn't even get my workout in yet. You know what I'm saying? As I start to get myself together, get my water intake. That's one of the first things I do when I wake up. I down like a whole fucking jug of water. Start my day with water. You know what I mean? I'm getting my water going. And I'm a guy where I got a little bit of OCD and I'm overboard with multitasking. I'm like overboard. I can't stand in front of a microwave for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And just wait for the food to cook. During that 60 seconds, I got to do something else. Like, I'm just like that. I'm just wiry like that. I like to move around and multitask a lot. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm going through my little morning routine, get my water, moving around, you know what I'm saying? Get myself together, ready to get my little training shit in. I see Lupe Fiasco's video in the title. So the title of it caught me. I was just like, all right, let me play that. So I got about 40 minutes into listening to it, to be honest. One of the opening things that I heard, I don't want to take it out of context. I don't want to be taken out of context because it's very serious. But he mentioned something about Biggie and Pac. He was just like, we don't want this to become another Biggie or Pac or something like that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. And I was just like, whoa, like, why are we talking about Big? I'm out the loop, mind you. Why are we talking about Biggie and Pac? Like, last I knew, you know what I'm saying, this was all a competitive thing. I'll let you know a little bit more behind the scenes stuff when it comes to even Mickey, maybe some Royce stuff or whatever. But I'm listening to Lupe's live, and he's saying things about, lines that was said, that could be taken a certain way. The difference to him about battling, that battles that would like include disses, and if they have a battle, where it should be done. And listen to Royce. Royce is talking about lies, and because I went and pulled up a Royce video right after that. Like, where did this shit go left like this? Like, and once again, for me, last I heard, it was just all hip hop. That's what I thought it was all on, just a hip hop thing. Come to find out, these two guys look like right in front of the whole world they falling out. Didn't know that. Catching up with these guys' lives right now. So from what I gathered watching this shit, people do that a lot. they want to find a way to place blame. All right. So the average person probably listening to some of these Royce lives, and they're taking what he has to say. They're listening to Lupe shit. They're taking what he has to say, and then they start to take sides. They start to formulate opinions. They start to take each other's points. Um, the funny thing about somebody like Lupe and Royce, right? Now, all of these guys know of each other or some portions of their career or what they do. You know, like these guys know me, I know them. Do we know each other personally? No. I don't know Lupe Fiasco or Royce the 5'9" personally. Do they know me personally? No. You know what I'm saying? Um, Royce the 5'9" is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Of all time. On beat, like he's one of my favorite rappers. Lupe, I've always been a heavy fan of Lupe. Respect him as a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come off biased, like I'm in New York and we come up on lyricism, but that stereotype kind of applies. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know he's from, the shop, but followed these guys for years. And once again, especially Royce. For a time, Slaughterhouse was my favorite group of all time because it consisted of two of my favorite rappers of all time, Joe Budden and Royce. You take two of my favorite rappers and then you add in Crook, who's one of the best lyricists ever, and Joel Ortiz. I'm sorry, like, I'm a Staten Island nigga. You would think I jumped straight to the whoop, but you know what I'm saying? Slaughterhouse during that time, I was just like, yo, like, that's my group right there. So, I say all of that to now go back to the point I was about to make. I know these guys from the outside, from the just looking into their careers and watching their characteristics and personalities and their artistry over the years. I'll start with Lupe. Lupe, I don't know if everybody just wants to go kick push, you know what I'm saying? But you follow his career and everything, you start to realize that he's into martial arts, he's into self-defense. He seems to be very, very trained, not just with physical hand-to-hand, close quarter combat, but also on the weapon space, like the way he draws his guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention to shit like that for whatever reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I see that type of shit, and it's like, anybody that thinks Lupe is some fucking nerd, run up on him and find out the hard way. Lupe ain't no fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lupe is a solid man. Not this real nigga shit. He's a solid man. You know what I mean? From the outside looking in. Watching his consistency over the years, because consistency matters. You know what I mean? It's hard to act for so long. Like, sooner or later, we're going to understand that 6ix9ine is really Danny Hernandez. If you didn't know that from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's personality, you're going to find faults in it and inconsistencies in it if they're acting. Like this guy, ARP, that's on camera, you go back and you watch my blogs and my interviews from 8 years ago. The only thing you're going to see a difference in is maturity and maybe my tone, but the way I talk, my word selection, my principles, the things that I speak about, is pretty consistent. It's just my maturity about how I deliver those messages and I go about things and how I view things has elevated and grown, as it should for everybody. It's evolution, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I've always seen on Lupe. I mean, and Royce has always came off like an extremely stand-up guy, an extremely stand-up person. He's always come off like one of the guys in the room that you don't really want to look at like he's soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to pick your targets, you know what I'm saying? Like, Royce has always come off like a thick-skinned guy, like all right, like he's not one of those guys to play with. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for the weak link in the room, he's not one of the guys to play with. He's never come off like that. And I've always respected Royce's delivery as well. I've never really seen him be like a screaming, loud type of person. His aura and his presence just states that I command respect. I listened to like a Royce speak on that type of level. Like, I watched him and how he handled the Vlad stuff. I wanted to see that. I wanted to watch that. I wanted to see where his positions were, how he stood. The same way I'm going to listen to my song. Until my song teaches me or shows me different, I value how my song carries himself and his positions on things. I've seen consistency in him over the years. Can go all the way back. And for my Philly niggas, y'all know the slang. He ain't had no picks back then. When T.I. was at his peak or whatever, he was coming out saying like, nah, that commercial, You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would never publicly take a stance like that, like my son did. Would never do that shit because of the industry, the blackballing, the ties, the power of somebody like a T.I., the celebrity and level of like a T.I. And my son, you could say he had whatever fucking ambitions or motivations, but consistently I've seen him call out shit that doesn't align with his character. Once again, I'm saying I'm seeing this in Lupe and Royce over the years as well. What is the thing to me that is the most disruptive about their characters versus what they're doing right now? Is this was the lens? Is this shit right here? Is that right there? It's not consistent with the personalities and the people that I've grown to know from the outside looking in over the years. And the same fucking applies to me. It happens all the time. Happens all the fucking time. Everybody that watches, everybody that puts a mention in, a comment in, an opinion in, takes a position, puts up a video, does a blog, does an interview, makes this a hot topic. And I've had blogs like this before. The internet is a motherfucker. This right here is not consistent with the Lupe and the Royce that we've come to know over the years. And I throw myself in the same fucking boat. Y'all have seen me in blogs respond to people in a way where it's just like, damn, like, you're supposed to be in a professional position, right? ARP, you're supposed to be a platform owner, right? ARP, I don't even know what you sound like when you scream or when you turn up. Like, why are you cursing in this blog? Like, niggas think I'm not allowed to curse or some shit. Like, yo, I heard ARP curse as soon as a blog cut on. He must be mad. Like, this camera cuts off. Like, you walk me and follow me around my daily life. I curse a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's how I talk. That's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when people identify with you a certain way and they see you outside of that characteristic, that's when they start going like this. That's when some of the confusion comes about. And that's my most confused thing about Royce and Lupe, is they're not those type of men from the outside looking in. And this fucking camera does that all the time. It forces us to want to correct narratives, put out our opinions and our truths in front of all y'all. You see, when I think I've seen both of them at certain points of those lives talking about speaking in private, whether they had private conversations already during this ordeal, or I saw Lupe's recent shit. He's like, yo, Royce, you can give me a call, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But before those phone calls are made, people want to get on this camera. They want to correct those narratives on camera. Shout out to Goods. I said this on Hip Hop is Real. The interviews that me and Goods was doing and that I was dropping leading into Max Out 2, the Hitman versus Calico card that just went down a couple weeks ago. The reason why me and Goods did that interview, I mean, and shout out to Goods, we could do an interview anytime, doesn't matter, but I'm just giving the backstory to that particular case. And we spoke about a topic that came up that I think abrased somebody, if that's the right word, yeah, abrased somebody, you know, in a negative way, right? And I spoke about this on Hip Hop is Real. Shout out to Hip Hop is Real Knowledge. But we got to the point where we were saying that we were going to set up that interview between each other because it's a conversation that we had behind the scenes about something that we weren't aligning on, right? Something that we had a disagreement about as men and also as businessmen, both. We had a private conversation. Towards the end of that conversation, I think Good started to understand my position in that instance, and he respected it. So he said, the things that I'm saying to you now, I would want to say to you on a public platform, because when I said the things that started this between us, I said it on a public platform. And that's what happens all the time. Whether you're doing that like Goods and it's a principled thing where you're trying to be a man of integrity, salute, or whether you're trying to undo something publicly even before you get to private. Because everybody's involved at that point. And all these people on this camera and on this internet, y'all unfortunately make up our reputations. Now, you say that to somebody like Royce, who's gonna disagree. Like, I watched a part of his live, his response, what he's saying emphatically and very, very in a way where I take it for truth. I don't think he's bullshitting. No man is gonna validate me. I feel the same fucking way. No man could validate me. No man. Like, imagine what it's like when y'all say things towards me that's like, oh, but this league on. I was like, and and you know how proud I am to fucking not be like niggas, to be an individual, to have some uniqueness about me, to be a rare breed. We think that you think this is just a fucking company name that say, oh, it's gonna sound cool if one day we can get a crowd to chant RBE because it flows well. No, rare breed is inked on us. Rare breed. It's inked on my brother Shaka too. Before there was a company, we just put the E on the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I believe Royce when he says things like no man validates me. It takes a certain level of confidence to get there. But the world isn't composed of leaders like that. That ratio is fucking 5%. Everybody else is sheep. Everybody else is a follower. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that in a disrespectful or a demeaning way, but it's the truth. It's the truth. The internet has bred the fuck out of followers and sheep, and then created an even newer class of that, trolls. People that are just comfortable disrespecting you and creating narratives and positions, and you got blocked. I saw Royce mention Verb, and I'm not going to get into detail about that because I didn't see Verb's blog, but I saw what Royce had to say about a blog or something that Verb must have put up in these same two interviews that I'm talking about that I watched before I cut this camera on, from Royce and Lupe. And Royce says clearly, I don't know you. I don't respect the position that you took on me. You know what I'm saying? And that happens all the fucking time. That's what the internet is composed of. That's what it's composed of. Have I personally known every single person that I've done a recap on? No. Everybody that you've seen me have a back and forth with, I've had some type of dealings with before at least. So I could justify myself in that respect. Some type of personal or business dealing. So I could justify. But there's a lot of shit that comes inspired from this fucking camera. The need to let the masses understand your plight. And it's a fucking lose-lose situation 9 times out of 10. And it's a fucking tug of war that the realest of the real are in. Can you run around and blame the trolls and the sheep and the followers and social media and the internet for sticking their nose inside everything and motivating things and lighting fires and all that? I guess you can't, especially when to many it's just a form of entertainment when people's real lives are impacted. I guess you can't really blame them. You know what I'm saying? I have my forms of entertainment across the internet as well. I'm not perfect. I'm not fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that makes you real is being able to see, understand, and identify what's happening, even if you're not currently practicing it or not. I'm the type of guy that'll give somebody good advice, whether I could follow it or not. Like, let's say I smoked. I don't smoke, but if I did smoke and somebody asked me, like, yo, should I smoke? I tell them, nah, it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of person I am. That's what this shit comes from to me. Now, I mean, like, I'm sitting here waiting to hear some of the best lyricists in the world rap and compete. Now, we got the Mickey Fact shit. I don't even know if I should be... I don't know enough. I didn't follow enough of the fallout now to know if I'm comfortable doing the Mickey shit. Like, is there a line in there? Is there a problem in there that became personal to the point where people can get hurt or get into shit? And I loved Lupe's shit saying, like, we don't need to do all that. It's not that. But for him to even be saying that must mean that there's some type of physical energy that was prior created. Am I adding to that? Like, I mean, the Mickey shit was dope, by the way. The motherfucker really did sound like Ransom and RJ Payne. That's a whole nother note, though. Mickey's fucking track was just one of the best diss tracks I've ever fucking heard in a long time. I can't say ever heard and then say in a long time. I've heard in a long time. That shit was stupid. But that's crazy. It's like I'm fans of all these guys. I go so far back with RJ Payne, like I think I watched him change his fucking name like 3 or 4 times. Most of y'all know RJ Payne and Rain Man. I think he had even another name in between those two. I forget what it was. We had RJ Payne, if that everybody knows him by. We even had him booked on RBE before versus Jims. on a validation card that ended up getting a headline by I think that was a card that had Rosenberg Raw versus Heavy Half, and Bonnie versus Mulatto Black. That's how long ago. You know what I'm saying? And then if you know RBE's battles, almost the end of like every battle that we dropped, all the way up into maybe 2018 or 2019, I think it ends with a RJ Payne track that he wrote for us. It's like a blood, sweat, and tears type of track. Do y'all remember that song at the end of almost every battle? You know what I'm saying? Like, he did that for us. You know what I mean? And we stopped doing it, putting it at the end of every battle, because I think the beat, the instrumental, was getting claimed on YouTube from another content ID or something like that. And you know, YouTube changed to where audio and video that's from other places, it starts to get picked up. Next thing you know, your fucking videos or your battles are getting flagged or some shit like that. We stopped it. Yo, Payne, I need a new track with an original instrumental. Everybody knows Mickey. We all know Mickey, especially in the battle rap culture. You know what I'm saying? We all know Mickey. Royce. Who the fuck don't know Royce? Who the fuck don't know Lupe? They've reached those heights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear names like that, we think we about to get, as battle rap fans, we think we about to get something special. We like, oh shit. Royce and Lupe either might step on stage or we might get some tracks or whatever. We all tuned in. Fast forward, we find this is a beef, air quotes, beef, right? Like, the fuck happened? This camera's what happened. Of course, I'm pretty sure they have their personal reasons why this was said, this was done, this was true, this was a lie, whatever. I get it. But there's at least 50% of added energy because of this camera, the public, and us. If you're out there weighing in, talking about like, yo, Lupe, you this, or Royce, you that, you add to it. And then those guys feel that much more compelled to come on camera and correct their narratives or put out their opinions or make sure that they put out their truth, their forms of truth. When they're not even those type of guys, it seems like their characters is more so like, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all feel or think. Yo, Lupe, my friend, let's correct this. Yo, Royce, my friend, let's correct this. You know how many damaged relationships RBE has in battle rap because of ego? I admit there's some people that is uncorrectable in battle rap for us, for me. But I know, and I'm smart enough and strong enough to identify that some of that included some ego, even if some of it was on my side of the fence. At least I know that. At least I know that. At least I know that, yeah, there's times where I had to respond to somebody because the public, y'all, was taking some of the things that was happening out there on camera, and y'all was doing all this and putting these narratives on me, and I wanted to cut on the camera and respond. I didn't have enough strength in me to say, y'all feel how y'all feel. Y'all think what y'all think. I didn't have enough strength. And you want to know what? I can't use the full scapegoat, even though it's partially true. I can't use the full scapegoat of, I'm running a business and I need to make sure that our fan base understands X, Y, Z. There's truth in that. I'm not a hypocrite. There's fucking truth in that. But at the same time, especially watching the history of the battle rap culture, whatever fucking controversies RBE had over the years, y'all would have gotten over them. 48 hours or 5 days would have went, something else would have happened. Y'all would have forgot about it. We would have did another card and y'all would have either fucked with it or not fucked with it. One or the other. But I still, during that time, because of what I thought was my truth, what I thought was right and wrong, maybe a little bit of ego, the good old internet and all these people out there weighing in, different media, different bloggers, different fans weighing in, some of that compelled me to say, all right, it's time for me to respond. This fucking internet is the devil. Ruins relationships, ruins friendships, starts beefs, takes lives. Every day, this internet takes lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting old, man. So part of me, if every once in a while I cut on the camera and this is the type of shit y'all gonna see me on, don't make me a hypocrite if y'all see me go back and forth with somebody a week from now, because I'm still a man and I'm still defensive. But I take opportunities like this to change energy for myself too. It's my own karma too, of identifying like, damn, like, are these really friends? Are these really some of the best lyricists in the world? Like, are we out here enjoying the fallout? That's whack. That shit whack. That shit whack. That ain't what they here for. That ain't what we're supposed to be here for. And that's it. So I know I gave y'all a half clickbait title of who's to blame, but for me it's not clickbait because the whole point is that I'm making is that we're to blame. Some of it. They're men. They got to take responsibility. But you'd be surprised how much we add to this shit. And we watch these people fall out, get into fights, go through shit, kill each other, whatever. And then we sit back and play innocent. But it's just popcorn. It's popcorn. That's why 50 Cent went diamond, because everybody thought at any given moment that bulletproof vest he had to wear on stage that somebody in the crowd was going to shoot at him during his performances. You know what I'm saying? Like, get rich or die trying. Everybody bought in. So when you can watch destruction or terror or fallouts or fights or bloodshed or negativity from the safety of your cell phone, your fucking computer, your laptop, your iPad, whatever, views through the roof. Album sales through the roof. Clicks through the roof. People love to watch danger from safety. How do you think World Star got so big? I was on World Star the other day. I refuse to be a hypocrite, but I will continue to identify what's real and what's true. I told y'all that already in this blog. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know whether we get the raps or we don't get the raps, whatever. But it's just fucked up to see on the internet, again, something like this kick up. And some of the opening words that I hear from Lupe in his live references Biggie and Pac. How do we get there? I don't want to get there with nobody. Shout out to everybody, man. Like, shit whack, man. But much respect to Lupe, Royce, RJ Rand, Mickey, everybody. I don't know all the details of how I got there. I hope we can just get some sick ass raps, maybe a battle. Book it wherever. I don't care. I just want to see it. That's all I really want to see. I don't need to see another two of our greats, two good men from the outside looking in of what I've said, because I don't know them personally. Have another self-destructing type of equation. I ain't here for that. I'm not endorsing it, and I'm not adding to the energy, no matter how much energy has already gone into that pot.